Okay, so for this next movie review, you know, I it really doesn't need an introduction, you know. If you're a horror fan, you know this movie. You know this character. This is big time. This is standard horror knowledge. This is, you know, first grade stuff. This is this is first semester. The fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leatherface. A dude with a chainsaw. I love I love horror movies that you know give you that feeling like, okay, well, this story, that this can actually be real. And guess what? For the most part, this was kind of fucking real. This Toby Hooper, rest his soul, they took this character from Ed Gein. And if you don't know who Ed Gein was, he had like killed a lady, and like, you know, I think he had just killed one lady, and but then he was taking corpses and taking the skin and making lampshades and all kinds of stuff for his house. That's what Leatherface and his family kind of do, you know what I mean? But they definitely like murder people for sure. Like I said, everybody fucking knows this if you know horror. But still, let's fucking break this down a little bit, okay? A group of kids looking for a certain house. You know what I mean? I think they inherited a house, or one of the girls did or whatever, so they're going down to the old lake house and all this shit, right? But along the road, they find some sketchy ass dude, and he's asking them for a ride. They give him a fucking ride. He's sketchy. Do not pick up sketchy dudes. Don't fucking do it. They let him in the fucking van, and he's like taking pictures of them, and he's like, all right, now you pay me. What the fuck? Like, I didn't ask for that fucking picture, you know? So after they encounter this dude and kick him out of the fucking van, they go in for, I think it's for gas or something. And it turns out that that gas station attendant was that dude's dad or whatever. And then that dude also happens to be the dad of Leatherface, okay? So, you know, they're selling barbecue and shit like that. You know, like, okay, don't eat barbecue from the middle of fucking nowhere, you know, because guess what? It's people. Like that's just how barbecue works in the middle of nowhere. That's fucked up. I don't want to trash barbecue spots like that. Okay, well, that's what happens in this movie, okay? This dude is selling barbecue, and it's coming from the flesh of young supple bodies. Well, they get to this fucking gas station. They don't have gas. The dude tells them, "Oh, it'll be a fucking while, whatever." They're hanging out. They're splitting up. They're walking around doing, you know, dumb teenager shit. They stumble upon the house de Leatherface, and dude just fucking starts hacking away at these motherfuckers. The most real fucking horror scene in movie history, in horror movie history. Dude is in Leatherface's house, goes through he walks in the front door, goes through a second door where Leatherface is in, so he starts running out as soon as he sees him, because he's like, what the fuck? Some dude wearing a skin mask and a giant fucking hammer, right? So when he starts running out, Leatherface hits this motherfucker over the head. Okay, so you would think like, okay, that's, you know, typical horror movie stuff. However, you just see this fool on the floor, and then goes into fucking convulsions. Like, it's just something super real about it. It's super fucking unsettling. You know, gets this other girl, puts her on a meat hook. It's a fucking mess. Okay, so this movie's very simple. There's some kids that are being chased by some fucking crazy maniac family. That's about the end. That's it. That's about the whole fucking story. You know, it's just them trying to get away, and that's it. Not much more to say. However, Leatherface will go down as one of the greatest horror movie characters of all time. I guess in the slasher genre, but still, you know this character. You know, the sequels, there's about 1 billion of them. That, you know, I can't speak for, because they're not too great. However, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, great. That shit is great. We'll probably talk about that later, but right now we're just talking about part 1. Good fucking shit. Like I said, everybody knows about this, but still, good shit. And right now that I was staring at this, I'll give you a quick little story of when I bought this. This is actually a DVD. You know, before steelbooks start kind of getting popular, like, you know, this came out on steelbook, right? And I go to this place that was called DVD Planet, and I'm like, cool, I need Texas Chainsaw Massacre in my library. I do not have that. Okay, so I take it up to the fucking front counter and put it down and say, Leatherface, please. And the dude looks at it and he's like starting to ring me up, but he's looking at it and he goes, huh, you're gonna need a chainsaw to open that up, huh? And then I just kind of looked, you know, not at him, just kind of like looked in the distance, and then I kind of just looked at him, and then he just kind of looked down like in embarrassment, and off I went. That's the end of my.
All man, boy, come from Texas, boy, with a fat cat dropping niggas insane.